The roads in North Korea are fascinating as many are wide but not used. But the majority of roads are dirt. The use of oil on roads is minimal and asphalt is found in major cities and much of that is older. Mud is a constant problem after rain or when the rivers are swollen. Drivers often have to detour close the roads. The Unification Highway, Pyongyang to the demilitarized zone, created to go to Seoul. Tourists typically see these roads as well as the wide boulevards of Pyongyang. These were prestige projects under Kim Il-sung, showing a modern society. They are decaying today as the progress of the 1960s and 1970s was never maintained. Poor infrastructure roads faster than good construction. The North Korean government have some reasons to justify building big, wide roads. First, the government wants to present North Korea as a communist utopia and a world-class nation with world-class infrastructure and buildings. Since other world-class cities such as Paris, New York, Los Angeles, Vienna, Moscow, Beijing, Mexico City, Tokyo, and even Seoul have boulevards and expressways, Pyongyang also needed to feature such roadways, plazas, and boulevards, even though very few people outside of the elites, most of whom live in Pyongyang, can afford a car, for many even a motorbike. However, they believe the roads themselves project a sense of wealth and power they want the world to believe they have. Second, the government controls more wealth in the nation than any other entity. Thus, if there are jobs to be had, the government will have to supply them. What kind of jobs can the government supply? After all, there are only so many bureaucrats that are needed to administer all the systems of government without the workers tripping over one another and getting nothing done. North Korea has one of the largest armies in the world, but to give the soldiers something to do, they have them performing many non-military tasks. It's likely that, like the VPA, Works Progress Administration in the United States, during the Depression, the North Korean military has also been used to build much of the highway systems of the country, such as it is. When they are already being employed by the government can assign them to do whatever they want them to do. In fact, just as the US system of interstate highways was conceived as a means of providing good roads for use by the military should war ever come to the North American continent, it is probable that the North Korean government has built many of its roads for the same purpose in their country, to facilitate the movement of large military vehicles from place to place. In addition, many times we see large parades of soldiers and military equipment flanked by huge crowds of citizens and being reviewed by Kim Jong-un and hundreds of military officers with huge hats, and these parades are held in a vast plaza that can accommodate hundreds of thousands of people. As with my first point, it is in order to impress people in foreign lands with the power and wealth such a spectacle is meant to project, even though those who know the realities of North Korea realize it's all just a ruse, because the nation cannot even sustain its population with proper nutrition and other things that lead to societal well-being, so having large spaces of gatherings, displays of military strength impress no one that matters. The roads have dual purpose, military and civilian roads. The problem is that they are in a terrible state. The original construction was poor, a shallow roadbed, and the pavement is coming up. To run a tank down any one of the larger roads would tear it up. And the Unification Highway bridges cannot handle the weight of larger vehicles. Wide roads are also made to accommodate fighter planes in case another war will occur, where the roads can be used for fighter planes to do emergency landing. They are called highway strip, road runway, or road base. In short, North Korea is trying to put on a show to impress the outside world, but they only show themselves to be very sad wannabes when it comes to being a nation that anyone would want to emulate, let alone live in. Over the last couple of years, that Pyongyang has increased traffic. The yellow license plates are for private vehicles that you see occasionally. Note that the availability of petrol is another issue in the society. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so YouTube notifies you when I upload a new video. Thanks.